Hey there, wellness family. Thank you for clicking on today's video, which is going to be about how intermittent fasting might improve your mental health. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Peter Gordon and I'm a graduate student working towards what will be an eventual doctorate in clinical psychology. I also happen to be a life and a health and wellness coach, and I make videos on mental health, fitness, wellness, and everything I hope can help you to lead your most profound life. And while you're here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as notification bell so that you're notified each week when I post a brand new video. Also feel free to like this video, share it, comment on it, and all that good stuff. But let's get into the heart of today's topic. So today we're going to be talking about how intermittent fasting might improve your mental health. And when I say mental health, I'm referring to things like depression, anxiety, foggy brain, poor memory, inability to focus, and so on. So what exactly is intermittent fasting? Well, for starters, fasting has been around for generations, but mostly in religious settings. For example, during the holy month of Ramadan, or during Yom Kippur, or even during Lent. So in terms of intermittent fasting, it is not a diet per se like the Atkins or Paleo or the South Beach diet. What intermittent fasting is eating on a certain schedule. In essence, you fast for a certain time of the day and then you eat during a certain period of the day. A very common intermittent fasting model is the 16-18 model, which means that you fast for 16 hours of the day and then you eat within an 8-hour window, eat a couple meals during that 8-hour window. For example, let's say your last meal the night before was at 6 p.m. Therefore, you wouldn't break your fast until 10 a.m. the next day. That is the 16-8 model. Now, there are other types of models, for example, an 18-6 model or a 20-4 model. Some even go as far as a 24-hour fast. So what is the purpose of intermittent fasting? Well, really what intermittent fasting does is give your body an opportunity to process the calories it takes in throughout the day, break them down, and get rid of the waste matter. In effect, what you're teaching your body to do is to not rely on so many calories, because in reality, in this country, we eat too many calories. And by reducing the amount of calories we take in, we can essentially reduce the amount of insulin that the pancreas releases, which in turn allows the body to recover better. Now, because of this, intermittent fasting does bring with it some physical benefits. For example, it can improve insulin sensitivity, which in turn may reduce your risk of type 2 diabetes. It may lower inflammation. It may also lower blood pressure, improve hormone production such as testosterone, stimulate weight loss, improve energy. So I personally started to do the 18-6 model late last year when it was revealed to me in a physical that my blood pressure was severely elevated, as well as my blood sugar profile was kind of in the pre-diabetic range, which all of this really floored me. So combining stress management technique and the 18-6 model of intermittent fasting, I was able to drop my body weight from 235 pounds down to about 205. I also lowered my blood pressure from the 150s over 90s down to normally I average about 110 over 75, somewhere about that. And my blood sugar is now in the normal range. So it goes without saying that intermittent fasting does have some physical benefits. But what about the mental health benefits that I talked about? Well, in some small studies, what they found on some subjects struggling with depression was that while they fasted, there was a reduction in their depression levels. In another study done on Muslims during Ramadan, what they found was that there was a reduction in anxiety. And also in those individuals who were struggling with bipolar disorder, they found a reduction in manic and depressive symptoms. In another study, subjects reported having improved memory and better mental clarity. But I also want to point out that some of the small studies have shown no improvement in depression or anxiety symptoms when the subjects use an intermittent fasting approach. How and why intermittent fasting might improve mental health is still a debated topic. Some studies point the finger at improved serotonin metabolism. Some also talked about the improved sleep that may come from intermittent fasting, which in turn may improve mental health. Some also point the finger at the role of ketone bodies. In another study, they point the finger at the growth of new neurons and enhanced synaptic plasticity. In other words, what they're saying is that the brain becomes more resilient or more stronger from intermittent fasting. Now, of course, more long-term studies are needed to determine if intermittent fasting does have mental health benefits, but anecdotally it does appear to improve brain function. And on a personal note, I can say that since I started doing intermittent fasting, my focus has improved and my ability to retain information has also improved. So hopefully this video made sense to you. But before I go, I want to point out 3 really important things. Number 1, before you try anything like intermittent fasting, be sure to consult your medical professional. That's really important, right? Number 2, Intermittent fasting is not for everyone. If you're someone struggling with something like diabetes or an eating disorder, then intermittent fasting is not for you, all right? Number 3, intermittent fasting is not a license to eat a whole bunch of junk food, right? You really should avoid processed foods and excess sugar. Again, intermittent fasting is not a license to go eat junk food. So hopefully this video made sense to you guys again, and as always, family, stay well. But hey, thanks again for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, which is my face right there. Also, if you want to check out some of my other videos, just click on any of these 2 boxes here. Stay well, family.